So I went to a concert last night, and in my, I would say 30 some odd years of going to concerts, because I went to my first concert when I was 5. No, because I went to my first concert when I was 10. I can do math. I don't think I have ever encountered worse audience members next to me.
What do you mean?
I have been at concerts with drunk idiots who've gotten thrown out. I have been to concerts with people who are like basically essentially fucking on like the fucking in the pit. And I was at a Miles Smith show at the Wiltern here in Los Angeles. And there was a group of 4, I'm going to say between 11 and 14. I don't know how old children are.
Oh, God.
11 and 14 that were the most annoying people I have ever been next to at a concert. And when I describe what they were doing, it's just going to be like, oh, that's just like 14-year-olds at a concert. But no, I felt crazy because I was looking around like, is everyone else as completely annoyed by these children as I am? And yes, everyone around was like grinding their teeth wanting these children to disappear, vacillating for between like singing loudly to parts of like quiet songs to then yapping about like one of their friends who's like a bitch or something. They just like and at volume. There was a part of the concert where the singer was like, he's a British man, and he was talking about this. He was pouring his heart out. You could hear a pin drop in this place, or you could have. You could hear a pin drop in this place. He is bearing his soul. He is talking about what this song means, and it's about his father who left the family when he was 15.
No.
And he's like, he was like, listen, I love you guys singing along. I'm not going to do the accent. I love you guys singing along. It's like, it means so much to me. I'm only going to ask this one time in this entire show. I would love quiet silence for this song, because this is a really emotional song about my dad leaving my family. By the way, he's saying this. Everyone else is quiet. This group of 4 girls are just yapping at volume. And I was like, this is maybe the most annoyed I've ever been at a concert. And I can't say anything, because then I'm just an old man yelling at children. And then it's just like, I'm in a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario there. But like the second it was over, everyone was just like, oh fuck, thank Christ that these girls left. Oh my God, it was insane.
Here's the thing. As a former Gold Star blue ribbon wearing well-behaved child, that shit pisses me off. As a child who was a delight to have in class, who was very quiet, who was, oh my God, so well-behaved, I hate that. There's something about like, I feel like no one is parenting their kids anymore. And it's like really causing existing to be difficult.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a friend of the show about this very phenomenon, and her theory was that people, especially like young teenagers right now, the pandemic ruined their ability to know how to be in public. Yeah. They didn't get very prime socializing years right during the pandemic, and so they're feral. They have no idea how to behave out in public, and I think that was a huge part of it. But here's something else that really fucked me up. Yeah. So they showed up halfway through the first song, like bouncing and yelling and like yelling, screaming, also phones out the entire time, filming the concert with the flash on. Also turning the cameras around to film themselves with the flash on, sweeping a iPhone flashlight beam into mine eyes.
Andrew is now in the back of no less than 67 Instagram stories, looking like just an absolute creature of the night, pissed off by the flash.
Oh my God, so angry.
It's one of those things where it's like, this is so terrible. It's one of those things where it's like, I know it's a multitude of like factors. It's the pandemic. It's the fact that No one respects anyone anymore for anything at all. Disrespect is gone.
Right.
Empathy is gone. All that shit's just been thrown out the window over the past 10 years. But also, maybe we need a reset. Maybe we need a cultural reset. Maybe my parents were right. Maybe strange adults I don't know should be allowed to hit me in public. And then drag me back to them and tell them why they hit me, and then my parents hit me again. This is my 5th time advocating for beating children on this podcast.
corporal punishment.
Not just corporal punishment. You're talking about like a corporal punishment mixed with citizen's arrest. A thing that I'm not sure is real.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a Lutheran school and I got my knuckles hit with a ruler once, and then I just never misbehaved again. And I'm not saying they're correlated, but they're definitely related.
Yeah, all it takes is one nun hitting my knuckles, and I chose to use my right hand. Now, is all of my writing illegible?
Yes.
But at least I'm a nice boy.
Okay, something else too. Again, the mystery deepened with this gaggle of miscreants. Is
with this, I don't think a gaggle is for geese. I think a group of this caliber of children is called a standum.
A standum?
This standum of cretins was something like they showed up. They leapt out of the darkness with their flashlight phones on, yelling and screaming, and again, too energetic for the type of music that it was. Again, the like rowdiness belonged in a pit, and this was general admission. This is when they went into pit.
Was it a rowdy band?
No, it's I looked up this person, and it was British singer-songwriter. That should tell you everything.
Yeah, there's a drum kit, and the tom is not getting hit.
I don't think the drums are being used. This sound to me, British singer-songwriter just means sad, serious Bo Burnham.
Okay, fair.
No, this artist was what I would call like the natural evolution of the early 2010s, late 2000s stomp clap.
Like a real hey ho type shit.
Oh, big time. Basically,
dude, which is back by the way.
I know it is back, and it's to my chagrin, because it's all the songs sound the same. First of all, they all sound the same, and
you're talking about the stomp clap songs, where it's like
your
this,
Mumfords, your Lumineers,
your Queen. we will rock you.
Buddy, make a big noise playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. No, this is the thing where like actually the drums, it's where the kick drum hits on every beat. It's like doom 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 doom, and then like every chorus is whoa whoa whoa, whoa. Like that's every chorus shit. is just some like variation of an Irish melody.
You're talking about the ho hey songs.
Yeah.
Ho hey.
Yeah. Exactly. And listen, again, when every song sounds epic, none of them do, because there's no there's no dynamics.
Like Imagine Dragons, they go too hard every time. Every song rips, but like, goddamn, they sound the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what song is this? I don't know. It sounds the same as the last one. Anyway, that's not the important thing. The important thing was these fucking monsters next to us showed up sweaty. They showed up like dripping sweat. And so at first I was like, oh, they're on Molly. And then I was like, well, they're 14. But then I was thinking, kids do drugs.
Korea.
Yeah. It's LA. Of course they're on Molly. And also have no social skills. It was a really perfect storm of Andrew has bad time at concert.
Jesus Christ. A couple of things. First one is Stomp Jesus Christ.
Roll it back.
Stomp clap music. Jesus. Always reminds me of this particular scene. I don't know why. This is not a scene from a movie. This is just a bedroom with string lights.
It's a Tumblr screen. It's a Tumblr post that I've seen before. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's actually my college girlfriend's picture.
Yeah, and she was my girlfriend before she realized she was full on gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I can smell the henna hand tattoos right now.
Oh God. Please, and the henna hair dye.
I know, and both of them very visible against her pearly white skin. Anyway,
so translucent.
God, the fucking Nag Champa, I can smell it from here.
Oh God.
I have like, what do you call it? Like when you can see the music.
Oh, synesthesia.
Yeah, I have synesthesia, but for rooms. Like you show me a song and I can show you an exact picture of the room that
It's
song
being played
is.
in. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And I think part of it is played in, maybe even written in fully, I think.
Definitely written about.
Yes. Oh, yes.
For sure. I regret to inform you guys, though, Hey Ho music is in fact an economic indicator, and we better buckle up for a 2008 housing crisis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Style
No.
Because, boy, was I listening to the radio today and heard a song that I thought I knew, and then further upon listening to the words, did not know the words to it, did not know the artist singing it, but in my heart knew that I knew that song. And again, had never heard it before. That is full Hey Ho samey music coming back. So I guess buy some suspenders, start drinking whiskey, and wait for the dollar to crash.
Yeah, I think Hey Ho music is just indicative of no one is able to drop out of music school. So everyone just sound like that now.
It's like, oh my God, we did a full ramp up because we had a full like recession pop renaissance. It was like Brat Summer was peak Kesha recession pop.
Yeah.
Guys, get those suspenders now, because you're gonna need them to attach to a barrel when we're all in the fucking poorhouse, like 20s fucking ruffians.
Yeah, it's the Brat Summer. The Brat Summer. Have you guys seen Cabaret?
Yeah.
So basically what happens in Cabaret is Brat Summer followed by Fascism Fall. And people are shocked that this is happening. Again, go see Cabaret. It's fantastically scary and one of Liza Minnelli's greatest works.
Yes, truly. Yeah. Cabaret rocks.
I hate stomp clap music. Fuck. All right. I hate that style of music.
You hate it so much you can't say it.
It doesn't make sense to my brain at all. But I also, Andrew told me part of this story last night. He came home and was like, yeah, I went to the worst concert I ever went to in my entire life. I mean, there was just these children there, these girls, and they're like 11 to maybe 15 or something. And the whole time I just kept thinking like, I'm going to go to jail, man. And I was like, whoa.
No. I'm going to murder them. It's fine. I'm going to murder. It's just murder.
It's just murder.
Okay, buddy. Yeah, but what are you gonna do before that, huh?
No, nothing before. Straight to murder. It's just straight to murder.
Okay, and so then after.
No, just murder is it. I'm just murdering, nothing else. Nothing before, nothing after. It's just murder.
Here, watch me do it.
Let me see. I'll show you. Stab. Just murder. Nothing else. What do you think? I'm a sick freak? I'm just gonna kill these children.
Are you guys ready to record a podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome, everybody, to the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. It is boyfriend material.
Woo!
I am your loving, tired, and excited to not travel for at least 2 weeks boyfriend, Armando Torres.
Woo! And it is me, your recession indicator boyfriend, Andrew Rosas. My presence in your life indicates hard times are coming.
Hey, girl, this stock market got me thinking about how you and me were always up and down, too, you know? I still think about you. Tell your mom I said hi.
And I am your economically neutral boyfriend whose first concert was bad, but not because anything happened. It was just Macklemore.
Oh,
really?
Sure, yeah.
Did you? And that was like, did you choose to go?
Like I went.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it your? Did you see Macklemore tickets and ask for?
No,
them?
it was it was a free music festival in a huge park in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That he somehow snuck into as a headliner.
I think the first Wow, Jesus! The first concert, one of the first things I ever went to was also a festival, and I spent my entire time there not listening to any music, and instead I listened to David Cross do stand up at this festival outside of Chinatown, and he did a joke about 9/11, and boy did they hate him for it for some reason.
Did you laugh super hard and then have to be quiet?
I thought it was hilarious, but again, that was my perception of what comedy was in 2002.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the first grade. You're like man on stage, hold microphone, boy in audience, laugh.
Yeah, wow, that guy's really funny. I bet he would make a great dad to some chipmunks.
I think he followed Gilbert Gottfried on that show, right?
Yeah, who get this, had some interesting things to say about a tsunami in Japan. Yeah, no, I did do that. I think the first concert I actually went to ever was a person called Fever Ray, who did. You'd think so, but no, it was like an alt indie Norwegian stomp clap like Grimes.
This is too many things.
I don't know. It was
this is
really
way too
weird.
many things.
It was too many. It is too many things. They're
Elaine.
The most famous song by Fever Ray is used as the theme song to a TV show about Vikings.
Yeah,
it is Vikings.
Is it?
I think. Oh Vikings? Man, can I tell you the worst concert experience I've ever heard of?
Yes, please.
Oh, one of my exes went to go see this lesbian artist who she walked so that Chapel Roan could fly. Named Haley Kiyoko, who is like a full like for the she's who like the she's and like no one else. To the point where like in her like concert she was like I need every lesbian to the front right now, and she got like in trouble for it because bisexual women were like, that was very exclusionary of you. But to her point, the story I'm about to tell, my friend, my ex and her friend went to this concert, and they were kind of near the front, and they were getting their view blocked because this girl and her boyfriend were standing in the very front and menacing any woman that tried to get closer to the stage, and were just like kind of making out and feeling each other throughout the entire show. And also just like being very rude to the many lesbians around them who were there to see who the moniker of Lesbian Jesus in concert. And I was like, that sounds like, I think I would, much like Andrew, be in jail if I was at that concert, because and honestly, no, I wouldn't be in jail, because I think me and all of the other lesbians at there would make a pact where we wouldn't say who did it. Like we would all like stab him Caesar style. All of us did it, so none of us can be accused.
Right, real Murder on the Orient Express ass. Yeah.
First fucking spoiler alert. First of all, Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, sorry. You're gonna. No one's watching that movie. Gal Gadot and Armie Hammer. You can't sell it. You couldn't pay people to watch it. I watched it.
I did not know that there was a new version of it out.
Oh yeah, starring Gal Gadot and Armie Hammer. That's why you didn't see it.
Cool.
Man, have you ever seen Gal Gadot try to act? It's one of the most painful things ever committed to film. I mean,
it's worse than her war crimes.
I mean, that will probably be lumped in with the war crimes if the Hague
honestly,
ever gets
on par.
its way.
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
I was literally. That's so funny that you said that. Me and my girlfriend this weekend were literally. I can't remember what we were watching. And it wasn't a movie with Gal. It was a trailer that she was in. And in my head, I was like, God, she's the worst actress ever. My girlfriend just goes, man, she's like the worst actress ever. And then we went through like all of the movies we could remember her in, and just being like, I don't think that she's ever delivered a believable line.
No.
Like,
not
you know,
once.
when you get high and you realize people are acting?
Sure.
That's what all of her movies feel like. They're so bad.
That has become one of the worst things that I've had to contend with, is whenever you hate something because it's bad, but also everyone else hates it because woke. And now I just, now I can't, I can't just talk openly about how much I hate something.
I haven't been able to talk about how I hate drag for 2 years. It's okay. It's like, it's just not for me. Like, not everything is for everybody. Sometimes I want to go to brunch and just go to brunch. I don't want to have dollar bills on me at all times just in case. Sometimes I want to go to a gay bar and dance and not stop down at 11:30 p.m. for an hour show. I'm sorry.
If I
wasn't expecting.
If I wanted to eat a terrible breakfast and waste hundreds of dollars on terrible dancing, I could have gone to the strip club. Fuck this.
God, I hate it.
I'm almost certain I've talked about this before. One of the worst things about doing stand-up comedy is the fact that sometimes you're doing it in front of people who don't know that there's about to be stand-up comedy. Effectively turning it into a hostage situation.
Yes. Yeah.
It is one of the worst feelings ever because no one in the history of the world has ever heard, hey, you didn't know it and you're a paying customer at this restaurant who still hasn't gotten their food and there's a comedy show about to happen, and their reaction has been like, oh, cool. I've always wanted that. It's never once happened before. And I've also almost gotten, like, I think legit stabbed because one of the shows I was doing, they turned off all the Dodgers games so that they could focus on the show.
Patton Oswalt has a hilarious bit about this, about like they would like it was like during this the stand-up boom. And like any fucking corner of a bar, you could stick a fucking PA and a microphone in. They were just like having stand-up shows at it. And like to no one's benefit, they're like be turning off fucking football games to be like, he's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's come. All right, we're gonna have a stand-up comedy in the back, just like boom, just everyone instantly wanting to kill everyone involved.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good for us either. Okay, it's not a good feeling. It's no one is having fun here. But I thought that was only stand up. I thought it was a unique problem to stand up and then maybe trivia. But drag shows, come on! You can't. I don't think because that's even worse. At least stand up, we're doing it at night when you're not going to be having at restaurants you shouldn't be having a good time at anyway. Drag show ruins brunch, which is a meal I exclusively eat hungover.
Yeah. But again, we're not the same, you and I, guy who's doing it for terrible reasons.
Wait, me?
No, not you. Like us versus them, unless.
Yeah, I support stand-up and I support drag. I don't want it around me.
Yeah, I want it around kids, but not me. Because you know what? I also don't want kids around me at brunch either. So if you guys could just like go down the street and do the drag show, the drag queen book hour over there, and then I can just have a mimosa in peace, that's a win.
It's
win.
Like, oh my gosh, do you hate drag? It's like, no, I hate noise. That's really
noise.
Which gets.
I also hate eye contact with strangers.
Yeah, and also kids. Again, also noise factor. It really is just like it's part and parcel. Yeah, it's part and parcel of the whole thing.
Yeah, so we should gather up all the types of people we don't like and then put them somewhere else. That's what you're saying.
No.
Well,
just away
Kayla,
from me.
I really like the way you think. I really,
oh no,
I love this idea that you alone had.
Here's the thing: I've had a lot of great ideas this episode.
Yeah, but this is your final one.
This is
a hell of a solution. Yeah. So why don't we help
restart
out
the clock? Restart the clock.
Got it in just under the wire.
Yeah, the name of this episode is the one where Griff gets canceled.
Yeah. As opposed to all the other ones where you're fine.
Yeah.
We have 2 questions this week from our audience, and they have a little bit of a through line. So this episode's theme is just friends.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
I think it's going to be good. I know this is a relationship advice show. So let's start. This is pretty solid Bismarcky. Let's start out with the more relationship-oriented one. My ex and I were together for a couple years and even moved across the country together. It didn't work out, and unfortunately, we're both too broke to get new places apart from each other. My question is, how do you date when you live with your ex? How do you make it not weird? Is it even possible for it to be not weird? If I'm cooked, should I just get back with her?
You're cooked. But you shouldn't get back with her. This is you can't.
I had to move back in with my ex one time. So it was like my birthday. And my friends had made a dinner reservation for my birthday that we were all supposed to go to. And that morning, they called me. And I know you're saying, I thought you guys lived together. They were seeing someone else at the same time because that's how polyamory works. So they called me and they were like, hey, can you take me to the grocery store? And I was like, yeah. So I took them to the grocery store and I was like, what are you getting groceries for? And they're like, oh, me and the person that I'm dating that you don't like are going to have a potluck with all their friends tonight. And I said, oh, did you figure out that my birthday dinner was tonight that we made a reservation for because it's my birthday? And I don't know what they said after, but within hours of that happening, we were fully broken up. And then they
oh, word.
Yeah, and they moved out and like moved in with that other person that they were seeing. And that was like, again, my birthday in January. And then I want to say like the third or maybe like either the last week of March or the first week of April. I don't know. They probably got, annoying. So they were like, yeah, me and the other person like need some space. So I'm like moving back in. I'd been living alone for a while and enjoying it. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Oh, did I mention that this was January 2020? And then that they moved back in with me March 2020 when the entire world went into lockdown. Yeah, so I was forced to do like the first 3 months of lockdown living with my ex in a 2-bedroom apartment that was technically a 1-bedroom because the other room was my office. And I slept on the couch because I'm nice most nights. So, that was, don't do it. I should have just gone. I would have rather lived with my parents than do that again. So you should just, if your parents are chill, move back in with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding. But first of all, my biggest question, Griff, is, sorry, at what point did you steal Aroma's coin, magic coin that cursed you with this fucking experience? That's insane.
Yeah, no, that entire relationship was a curse in many different ways, many ways that I had to go to therapy about. But the worst was definitely when I finally got the chutzpah to break up with them. Thought they were out of my life forever. And then again, I cannot stress this enough, was forced to do upwards of 2.5 months in lockdown with them, where they had no job and nowhere to go. And I was paying for everything. And out of principle, I said this sleeping on the couch some nights because most nights out of principle, I was like, I pay rent. I am sleeping in my bed. So I would just put 2 pillows down the center of the bed and go to bed first. So I wouldn't have to know when they came in the room. That was cool. And then like during the day, I would just spend all my time in my office and I got really like skinny because I would just play VR and like lift weights in there.
I knew that this was going to be a sad story when you said it all started on my birthday. But
yep, 100%.
Also, at one point when you said,
and the 6 years, by the way, together.
The worst part is when you said the worst part, I could not imagine what part of it would be the worst part because it all sounded equally terrible.
Atrocious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The part being not only was I being forced to be around them, I could only be around them.
Yeah. Well, I have advice for this person, which is the same advice I would have given to you, which is that a relationship is a sacred thing a bond that you have between you, your partner, and God. And to break that is unchristian. So I think, like Andrew said, you're cooked. You're not going to be able to date. So you must just settle for this person.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Now here's a couple things. You're gonna hate this person, so it's not gonna be a relationship built on love. It's just gonna be two people dating and continuing to hold up a charade, because of convenience.
Some sort of charade. Yes.
And you're not going to be happy and you're never going to be satisfied and every part of your life will suck. but it is easier. So I think that that's what you should do.
Yeah, the path of least resistance. Here's the thing. You will have to commit yourself to monk-like meditation practices to divorce yourself from feeling pain, desire, anything, really anything. And in that time, what you're going to do is try to just sock away money so that you can get the fuck out of there and be a human again. Because this living with the ex, neither of you will be able to have complete, fulfilling relationships with someone else. That will just not happen while you cohabitate. I'm sorry.
I didn't stop my ex.
Well, but they were a sociopath, Griff. You have to understand that. That's like
So there's a third option.
So there's
a third.
Yeah.
So there's a third. There's a third way. There's the third way.
Yeah, where you make your ex's life a living hell so that they want to leave.
Okay.
Okay, now we're talking. All right.
Yeah, you, pointers, tips you could do. Find someone new to date, right? Any common areas that you share with your ex, FaceTime them constantly, no headphones, full volume, as like a form of like psychological warfare to make the living space unbearable. Other things you could do, I don't know, you could try to financially trap them by losing your job and guilting them into paying for everything. That also works.
I hate this person that you're talking about. I don't know this person that you're talking about, but I hate this person that you're talking about.
Yeah, no, they suck shit. They're gone now.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You what you're gonna want to do is like emotionally, like scent mark everything. In that apartment, you're gonna want to emotionally piss everywhere, and failing that, you might just want to piss everywhere.
Yeah,
because that also actually piss everywhere, because that also could get someone to get the fuck out.
Have any of you ever dated somebody who still lived with their ex?
No.
Yeah, I think I feel like I've talked about this somewhere on this podcast before. Once dated somebody who told me they were living with their ex. We're still together. They were fully still
Wait,
together.
Was that the open relationship lady, or is that a different lady?
No, this was the second time I fell for the same scam. You ever
Mondo
about
Julian Torres?
You ever hear about grandparents who end up giving like thousands and thousands of dollars to like a fake boyfriend that they met on Facebook or something?
Right.
I'm that for women who want to cheat on their dumb husbands. Jesus. She's gonna get out of this relationship. She just needs me to send over the transfer deck so that she can afford to get out.
Right.
The transfer. You have to loan the confidence that you can pay back to you with interest.
Yeah.
They stole my cat too for a while.
What the fuck, dude? Fuck this person.
This person sucks.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing it. I have a friend. He's a stand-up comedian. His name is.
Let's call him A. Torres. No, that's no good. Let's call him Armando T. Anyway.
Let's call him Mando A. Torres, which eagle-eyed viewers will recognize as an anagram for my full name.
You put 3 R's in Torres? That's really what's going to work out?
Yeah.
Mondo A. Torres.
Yeah.
It's a sneaky one. I have a friend, Billy Anderson, a very funny stand-up comic.
Which is the fakest name I've ever heard. I know it's a real person, but it sounds so fake.
That's a very witness protection ass name.
I have all of that. You guys don't believe any of my comedian friends are real. Billy Anderson, Tony Bartoloni, Fakey McFake guy.
Yeah.
These are all real dudes that I did open mics with at bars that no one wanted us at.
I interrupted so many fucking games and championships.
Oh man, there was one. It's not as funny as you would think it would have been, but there was one show that we did where a breakup was apparently happening as they announced that a stand-up comedy show was going to be going on. It's not funny. It's not like they stayed and the breakup happened during the show. They immediately left.
Weird vibe to leave the room with, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, a breakup is like a ghost. It lasts for a while.
Yeah, it changes the temperature in a room.
Yeah.
You definitely are like leaving bad vibes just kind of lingering.
Which I know that I'm now on a tangent from my original tangent, so I will put a pin in it to say that we have actually touched on something, which is that you can feel a ghost after a breakup happens. Just the general vibe of a couple that used to be together that is learning to not be together anymore.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons that it will never not be weird to date somebody when you are living with your ex is because anytime they come over, your house is gonna feel fucking haunted.
Yeah. By your ex standing in the corner.
Yeah, by this previous relationship and just the vibes of it and like the weird familiarity that you have with somebody that you shared a romantic relationship with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucks. Going back to the other point, Billy has this great joke about how he was dating somebody. They moved across the country. They lived together, and then they broke up. But then they remained living together, and they stayed really good friends. And they both started dating new people, and they moved on. And I know these people in real life, and I'm happy to say that it is genuinely the first time I've ever seen it work. They were not married or anything. They dated, they went, we should just be friends. They stayed friends and they kept living together and just became roommates.
Okay.
All right.
But when she was starting to bring people home, it was a little bit weird because they would come back to the house and then sleep together. And then in the morning when they were eating breakfast, Billy would get up and then also go to get breakfast. And it's just kind of this thing where their whole house has pictures of them together, because they've spent so much time together. So Billy would have to sit down at the dining table and go, look, you're an adult. I'm an adult. She's an adult. We're all adults here. So are we really just going to sit here around the breakfast table and pretend like you didn't just fuck my wife? How dare you? And he would throw a plate of eggs at the wall until the guy would run away scared for cucking him. And it was their little routine that they had so that the guys didn't get too clingy.
I like picturing him specifically setting an alarm to wake up early to make the eggs. He doesn't even like eggs. He just knows this is a big part of it.
It's just
the cereal's too hard to clean up, and I don't want to waste pancakes. Syrup is expensive.
Exactly. No, exactly. Yeah, you don't want real liquids. Really, you want stuff that can be sweepable.
Yeah. Scrambled eggs hard enough.
So I guess what I'm trying to say here is it'll never not be weird. Even in the best case scenario, it's weird. It's a weird thing to do. You basically it's also fair. I can't imagine dating somebody and then transitioning into roommates. And again, I know I just said that it is possible because it happened to a guy I know, but they don't live together anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
That ends eventually.
Yeah. It lasted for maybe 2 years, I think.
You know, I paid for them to move out.
What
and
the
then
fuck?
to move cross country because that's how bad I wanted them out of my life. And then 3 years later, they wrote a Medium article about how they had to flee Austin from an abusive situation. And then they named me as the person who did that, even though I gave them hundreds of dollars and a lot of my things so that they could comfortably move to a new state during the pandemic and they didn't have a job.
Okay, so remember when I said I was going to go to jail for murdering children at a concert?
Uh-huh.
Wrong. I'm going to jail for exiting this person off of planet Earth.
I think they've probably ended up in a... Listen, they're basically a ghost at this point. It doesn't matter. They made a lot of... I was most of their impulse control. So,
okay. So they're probably
because
reason and accountability found dead in a ditch.
Yeah,
these people are
because in that post I was talking about, they said some other stuff about some other people that were also lies, and they got into a lot of inter-community trouble and had legal action threatened against them by someone else, and then they had to scrape their entire identity off of the internet after making the world's worst apology post that was very self-indulgent, saying that begging for the forgiveness of everyone involved. And then they also deleted that because everybody was like, this doesn't fix anything. And then I've never heard from them again or seen any activity to even come up with it. Although once a year, their aunt texts me happy birthday, their name, because I think at one point she gave her my number because she didn't like talking to her because she was mentally ill and she said that she was scary.
Griff, have you ever watched hockey?
No.
Hockey is a really interesting sport. A lot of people, when they watch hockey, one of the questions that they have is, why are they allowed to fight? Why are the players in hockey allowed to fight? And it's actually a really interesting story. So hockey actually existed before referees for hockey existed. The game was played kind of without them, just kind of had scorekeepers. So you didn't really have somebody that was, there on the ice watching to make sure that everything was above board. So what the hockey players started doing is holding each other accountable. And if one hockey player would do something that was pretty egregiously wrong to another hockey player who didn't deserve it, the other hockey players would just beat the shit out of the guy as a sort of message of like, don't do that. And now hockey players are still allowed to fight because it's a method that they use to keep each other in check, to make sure that they're not doing anything to intentionally harm people.
Right.
I think hockey rules should apply to a lot more than hockey, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that, and I know this is a terrible, because basically if you break down what I'm asking for is I think we should be able to beat each other up. And I know that world that I'm building is basically one just for me.
Well, you just want to go bodies.
I just want to go bodies.
You just want to go bodies. We've established this. You just want to be...
I have the brain of I have the brain of a 16-year-old cholo boy, and now I'm an adult, and I
whoa, where do you get...
no. That's all I'm saying is that sucks. And listener, caller,
there's like a lot of terrible things that happen there.
And I know that here's the worst part. I know we're not even hitting all of them. I know that we're...
No, that was just the last 4 months.
What? No!
That was like the last 4 months, and then again the pickup 2 years later when I thought they were out of my life forever, because I never reached out to them after they left.
If I ever fucking hear that you're talking to this person again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I don't even know how to contact them if I wanted to, which I don't.
Good.
I think they might be in jail.
It's quite possible. Here's the thing. I don't think.
Should this be a bonus?
I think BK might kill them.
Oh, she's threatened to so many times. There's so many times where she's been like, if I see them, I'm going to kill them. It's on sight. And I'm like, babe, it was so long ago. You don't have to. And then she's like this feral look in her eye that makes me know that she will do it.
I'm gonna go have drinks with your girlfriend, and we're both gonna have our fancy little tequila drinks. There's gonna be a moment of silence, and I'm gonna look over to your girlfriend and be like, "You ever watched hockey?" my little monologue ready to go. Caller, here's the bottom line. Nowhere in here have you heard any argument that you should remain living together. Unfortunately, I think, as much as it sucks to hear, and I'm saying this as somebody who used to do it myself, you might need to find a living situation on like a Craigslist or something, guy. I'm sorry to say. You might need to find random roommates. You might need to just do anything to get out of that. There is nothing good for you there.
I mean, the only solution is getting out.
Yeah.
It in what method and in what time frame and to what end is sort of dependent on you and your capabilities and situation. But you have to get out.
Yeah.
You simply cannot expect to cohabitate with an ex and live an even remotely normal life.
You're living in Chernobyl, dog. You got to get out.
Yeah.
All right. And I hope that helps. I really do. Next up, Throughout my life, I have had some awful male figures that had a negative impact on me, but a lot of amazing female figures that had a positive impact. This has made me a 6'2", 250-pound straight white cis 28-year-old male mostly seek out friends that are femme. But now I am finding myself struggling with problems that usually men or masculine people deal with, both physical and mental, that my female/femme social network doesn't really relate to. Problems including, why dick no work good all the time? Why emo about certain things in relationship? Why is it so hard to find a gym/accountability buddy? Why hate the way I look? And many more hits. How do I make more straight masculine friends that aren't absolute pieces of shit?
Why does it keep happening to us?
Here's one of my favorite parts of this is not to make fun of you, because I appreciate you for writing into us, but I could tell that you are a straight white cis man because those are the only people who send us their full football stats to me.
Yes.
6'2", 250 pounds, straight white cis 28 male from the University of Boise. I am the man.
Oh, what I was saying was, why does it keep happening to us? Why do we keep... I feel like we, much like Armando is the last stop before lesbianism, we are the last stop before the manosphere pipeline. Which is good.
Yeah.
No,
we really are the last.
Okay, I mean, I have answers, but I want to hear from you guys because you guys are men.
Yeah, I unfortunately have to say that making a lot of, I don't know, good dude friends is really, really difficult. I would say that most of the people that I know that are men, even in their friendships, even in their closest friendships with men, would not share information like my dick isn't working good, or I get emotional about certain things, or I'm not out here making gains like it's easy time. I feel like most of the men that I know, if they were to bring that up, would just get laughed at and embarrassed, which is kind of the problem that you're describing.
That's the issue.
That you don't really have that social group and you're afraid of this. And I know that you're afraid of this, and the first piece of information I'm sharing with you is it's real. It's real. It's out there.
Yeah. Because you don't, caller, because you don't have a cadre of male, I say masculine male friends or masculine presenting male friends, is that you had not had this happen to you, which is to be vulnerable to these people and they call you gay, and then and laugh at you, and
Andrew, I did that one time.
No, you're what you're talking about is vulnerability and opening up, to which is very I would say with my female friends looked upon very favorably. They appreciate, and in romantic partners appreciate you being able to be honest and vulnerable, because it allows a thing called intimacy and close personal connection. The problems that you were describing, like the quote unquote guy problems that you're describing, guys do have answers to. They're bad answers.
They're all terrible answers.
They're terrible answers. They do have them, but they're not good. So
yeah, I was gonna say you have the answers right there, and it's in your female friend group.
Yeah,
for most of those.
For some of them, you're just looking for like, I don't even, what would the word be, like, just. You're looking to make sure that this is also not just happening to you. Yeah. Like, how come my dick no works so good all the time? Yeah. That's just that's everyone. Yeah. Every it's not
also, that's vague.
Yeah. It's look,
like, in what there's steps to that one.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, because there's my dick don't work all the time. Sometimes I don't want to have sex, and it's like, congratulations, buddy, you're getting out of not having boners all the time. It's what a time to be alive when you can wear linen pants for the first time and without fear in your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it fucking rocks. It's fine. It's your dick is not going to be rock hard all the time. Now, conversely, to Griff's point, if you're asking us, hey, how come my dick not work so good anymore every time I pee it blood? Doctor, go see. Doctor, go see. Go see doctor. Go see the doctor. For most of these, actually, I would say go see the doctor. Yeah. And whether or not that's a doctor of body or a doctor of mind, maybe go see a therapist.
Ooh, get hard, no, stay hard. Can't finish. Loosen your grip.
Yeah.
You jerk it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's called the millennial death grip. That happens when you grow up with readily accessible pornography, and you actually have to untrain. You have to train yourself to not do that. So that's another thing you could do.
Yes. Again, therapy is great. And I know that's not fully what you're talking about. All right. Like, I get it. Therapy would help with a lot of these. Going and talking to a doctor would help with others of them. But sometimes you just want to have friends that are dudes that are like you, that, you know, that you'll get along with. This person added a lot of context that they don't have a lot of hobbies that typically are made up of masculine dude type people. But I would say that every hobby that I've ever gotten into, I have found other people just like myself. For example, I went to a Magic the Gathering tournament last night, which is why we're recording today. And at that Magic the Gathering tournament, a guy lost because he was too busy trying to watch the Lakers game.
Jesus Christ.
His phone. So, like, come on. You're not going to get straighter than losing money on the Lakers.
So, like, in fighting games, there's this thing called a mirror match. That's when two people choose the same character. What he needs is like a mirror match. He needs to find another guy who only has a female friend group.
Yeah.
Because that means he's been vetted. He's a chosen one. Yeah, that's like how, again, all of the men in my life are raised by women. And that's just a thing that I've curated by accident. So I feel like if you find a guy who also has an all-female friend group or has a girlfriend who he doesn't talk shit about, same genre of boy, then that's what you need to be looking for. Is like maybe if like you have one of your female friends has a boyfriend and she's never complaining about him, slide into his DMs platonically.
The power I made that face because the power of the playdate is strong. I can't tell you how many times I've been on my third or fourth hang with a guy that I feel like I'm really good friends, and then I turn around and see our partners talking to each other, and then I'm like, oh fuck, oh I got oh shit,
I got set up,
fuck.
Fuck God, I'm gonna go eat a bologna sandwich in the car.
Now I'm friends with a guy named James. Fuck me. God damn it.
No, yeah, and also like it's so because I was thinking like, okay, thinking about the like quote unquote masculine dudes in my friend group, even like all those dudes are like sensitive dudes.
Yeah, like Blaine's probably the most masculine guy I know, and his favorite thing to do is sewing.
Yeah,
so, but he does it while he watches 80s action movies.
Yeah,
and Sailor Moon.
Yes, yeah. I feel I don't know if this makes sense, but I feel like Blaine is a jock like mech suit powered by a tiny Korean girl.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's Diva from Overwatch.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, the point that I was making earlier about the fact that like its vulnerability is scary because men can be so terrible sometimes. We have all made friend groups of, and again, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's a lot of raised by women as dudes in our friend groups. But like over the years, you know, you're able to, I guess what I'm getting at is you don't need a lot of good dude friends. You just kind of need one. And then eventually you'll make more, and then maybe you'll have two. But I really, truly think you only need like 5 friends. Really.
Max. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with after that.
Yeah, well, just to keep up with, like, you can have acquaintances and you can have tertiary friends. That I have so many tertiary friends that like we hang out sometimes, or we hang out under certain conditions. You know what I'm talking about? But I got like 5 friends that I would do anything with.
Yeah. That's all you really need, Max.
That's all you really need.
An Uber XL's worth of friends. That's like I start getting 2 cars, and that's just a whole thing.
Really? What I'm trying to say is fucking MySpace and early Facebook had it right, where you just had a list of people and you go, these are mine. These are my 8.
These are top 8. my top 8.
This is my top 8, and everyone can go fuck themselves if you're not on it.
Top 8 was the right way. I mean, they was ahead of its time.
All you need.
They knew what they were doing. It's all you need. But yeah, and I would agree with you, Mondo. It's like you just need one. Really, like I don't even say you don't need a group of hyper masculine friends, because eventually they'll get you to commit a crime.
Yeah.
And
a group of hyper masculine friends is called an allegation, and you don't want that.
Yeah, truly.
Stand-ups and allegations.
Yeah. So unless you like fancy drafting a notes app screenshot apology, I would say you should stay where you are. And the only reason to have more than 5 masculine friends is if together you're going to go and take down one last big score in the downtown of Los Angeles while in a shootout with the cops. And then,
Andrew, what do you think I do? You think I'm in? You think I'm out?
Listen, all I know is the action is the juice. And so that's why.
Then I'm in. Danny Trejo's in too, so we're good. This is for
good.
Nobody. It's not even funny either.
No. Just like the only good group of masculine friend groups is a heist crew.
A heist
crew. Yeah, and even then you have one like biracial, bisexual who's like at the computer telling you what to do.
Well, that's now with DEI, but that was not a forever thing.
It wasn't always a Rihanna?
No, it used to just be the palest of the white guys they could find.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and they would dress him in real baggy clothes to hide the fact that he also is just absolutely shredded.
Yeah, and he's got 10-pack abs.
Fucking ripped, dude. Anyway, yeah, if you are looking to make dude friends, I would say you should do things that that you enjoy and try to make friends at those things. For me, I make a lot of friends playing Magic the Gathering. I make a lot of friends doing stand-up comedy, which I don't recommend doing, but like, I don't know, if you go to trivia or something, I cannot tell you how many times I've kind of hung out with somebody and then been like, hey, you want to go get a drink? Or, hey, do you want to go get food? And then that's friendship.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the answers to all of your like problems are more actually readily answered by your female group of friends,
or doctors.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Or
doctors.
Or the doctors in your female femme group.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is the answer to the riddle that tests if you're a misogynist or not. So yeah.
we did fail for a second, and then I brought us back. I can't perform on my best friend, but the friend doesn't have any masculine male friends. How is this true?
How is this possible?
Because the doctor is femme.
Because the doctor is Pagliacci. I don't know. I can't remember what. Who
do you think donated that doctor?
Okay, you move the doctor and the sheep on the first boat over
but the doctor was actually leaving St. Louis on a train traveling 70 miles an hour toward Los Angeles.
I figured the tracks were made out of ice, so they melted.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah. I guess if all else fails, try getting laid off from a media conglomerate. That seemed to work for me. Yeah, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, as we said, it seems like one of the things that you want is just like the relatability, and I get that fully. Yeah, and I'll say that there is also a sort of force field. You know how like on Supernatural and stuff, I assume you watch Supernatural because your friends are all gay or women. So you know how on Supernatural they can like trap spirits by like pouring a ring of salt around like an area. You can sort of do that for dudes and create a zone of free and open vulnerability, and all you need is a grill, carne asada, couple beers, and then some loud ass fucking music with accordions in it.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Truer words never spoken. That's it.
The cone of a Mexican uncle hang, a Theo party, if you will. That makes it okay, and you can share everything, and it's all good. Really, just I guess being drunk makes it okay. I think I gotta go see my male friend, which is what I call my therapist. She is a woman because I don't trust men enough. All right.
My dad was a man. I don't trust that guy.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us this week. It's been a fun one. This one was just for friends. We're just friends, whatever we called the theme at the beginning. If you want to send in your question, if you have something that you got going on in your life that you want answers on, and again, doesn't have to be romantic relationships. I did say this is a relationship advice show, so come on, you can send in anything. You can send that to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. And if you want to help support this show that we make, this beautiful show of vulnerability and good times, you can go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv or www.bigoldcocksanddicks.com.
Yeah.
We are sending mixed messages to the people joining us on the final stop before the Manodome. What did you call it?
That's my search history.
Manosphere. The Manodome. Yeah, 2 men enter, 1 man comes.
The dome of men. Yeah, if you want to find me online, I'm very easy to find. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff, MANDO Does Stuff, all one word. I will be places doing things, and you should enjoy it. Oh, wait, you know what? Here's a specific thing that you should be at. I'm going to a film festival in Austin, Texas, the weekend of April 25th through the 28th. They're going to be playing a bunch of movies that I helped with, and a bunch of my friends' movies that I didn't help with because they weren't good enough.
Ad for that.
Huh?
I got served an ad for that.
For the Creator Camp?
Yeah, it was like the Dolly shot one.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good ad. Yeah, it's a good ad. Yeah, go to Creator Camp. There's more information on my Instagram and on their Instagram, which is probably at Creator Camp Co. or something like that. I don't know. Andrew, don't even fix this in the edit. Just leave it.
I'm not.
Yeah, good.
No.
Cool. I'll be there. I'll hope to see you there. Okay, bye. Andrew, what do you got going on?
Folks, follow me on Instagram at andrewrosas.ig. That's my Instagram handle. That's what I'm doing. Also, still wildly employable. So if you want to pay me to have one of those like fake email jobs that pays like $80K a year, happily do that. That sounds great. You need somebody who like can go to meetings that could have been emails. Absolutely. Ooh, sounds great.
This motherfucker, let me tell you, he does a camera on, mic off meeting like nobody else.
I'm such a pro. I have so much experience at that. I'm going to make, you know what? I think I'm going to make a fake honest resume. I think I'm going to, that's just all bits, but aren't they bits? But anyway, so yeah. Hit me up with some job recs that are either in Los Angeles or remote. We can absolutely do that. That's what I got going on. What about you, Groove?
I am the _indoor kid on all platforms that allow an underscore, and if they don't, just take it out. I am also highly employable, open to employment. Not as employable as Andrew, considering he is much more experienced than me. But if you have like a 75K email job, then you can send that one my way. Just to like, I had a moment this week where I sat down and I cried and said to myself, I just want a dumb 9 to 5. I had that, like, do you ever have that moment where you're like, where you're just like, I want a job that I can shut off after the job, like just like a normal 9 to 5. And I think that is my rock bottom. Just being like, I want, I miss spreadsheet. I'm gonna see a spreadsheet. I know we've been through a lot of ups and downs, kind of like the stock market.
But at least we always had column A, row 42. You know what I'm talking about.
We always had freeze first row.
I've been thinking we should merge cells again. Damn, girl, I miss you.
Damn.
Oh man.
I think we should spread some sheets later.
That makes this next part incredibly awkward. I was just going to co-sign my two wonderful friends and talk about how professional and employable they are. Look, here's the rub. They're very good at their jobs. And if your company needs, I don't know, copy or social content especially, these are the best people for the job. Please hire them. Also, if you want to help us out additionally, I cannot stress enough, these are not on the same level, but you can tell people about our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're telling people about how employable they are, don't tell them about the podcast.
Those are two separate people.
Two separate people.
Things, baby.
But still, everyone else, tell them about it. You can leave us a 5-star review like this person did. Erotica, and the OT is in parentheses. The sounds of Mondo, Griff, and Andrew laughing fill me with more joy than kids falling down compilation videos.
That's a lot of joy.
That's a lot of joy. You can leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to the show. You can comment on a YouTube episode. You can even comment on Spotify episodes, and Andrew won't even fucking see them.
Never.
We'll never see him. Still haven't figured out why that is.
I tried to send you a screenshot.
No one has
Wouldn't
answers. No one knows.
You're cursed.
Wouldn't go through. It got bounced and returned from Steve Jobs, who said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, who said, "Get wrecked, idiot."
I'm still alive, and fuck you. Tupac says you're a bitch.
Oh, wow. Revelations.
Fucked up. Yeah, we also we recently recorded an episode where we went through. Griff found out that there was a bunch of comments that were pending approval.
Yeah,
that
Spotify
just didn't
was
get
like,
posted.
I don't know about that one, and I was like, I do. Yes.
So we went through all of the pending approval comments that we had on Spotify, and we both we did a live courtroom show where we either approved or denied them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you will get to witness the actual approval process for your comments.
Yeah, in real time, and you can listen to that if you are a Patreon member at any level. I don't think that episode is edited yet, but it will be soon. And there was a new Patreon episode that just went up last week, so that one was very good too. It was the first of the Down Bad files, and they are good.
Oh my, that one was absolutely insane.
Yeah, and they get crazier from there somehow. We have some down badass fans.
Yeah,
I know. I cannot wait to do more of those episodes. It's so fun. So yeah, subscribe to the Patreon.
Please do, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.